So Arsenal 2, West Ham United 0. The Declan Rice derby ends in defeat for the Irons. And Declan has scored in 2 out of what, 3 or 4 games? 5 games maybe he's played against them. Nice finish. Kenny, we started off really well. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. Thought we started off really well. Like after the initial flurry from West Ham, the first 5 minutes it was looking a little bit iffy. Yeah, straight from kickoff they got a corner. Calafiori lackadaisical yet again, who I thought was poor again. But then after that, I think we kind of weathered that 5-minute initial start. And then they just sat deeper and deeper and deeper and just allowed us to play around them with consummate ease, mate. Yeah, then we get a chance. We put the ball in to Gyökeres. He falls over. 3 players fall on top of him. The ball comes out to Eze, and he shanks it over the bar. And I'm thinking, what are we doing there? Then all of a sudden, we get the goal. Eze, nice bit of work. Slaps the ball against the keeper. The keeper made a great save. Rice in the right spot. Goal. Odegaard, injured, carried on, sat back down, went off, came back on, run around hiding behind all the players because he didn't want the ball, and then he went off. I thought that we were poor today, Kenny. I thought Timber was easily our best player, by the way. Yeah, I thought he was outstanding. The penalty weren't a penalty. It was outside the box for me. I don't know if you, obviously you were in line with that probably. He fell into the box. So you probably haven't had a chance to see the replay yet. But for me, the one thing that wound me up in that game, yeah, Saka, it was his 100th goal contribution with that penalty. What a penalty, by the way. Slapped that like Harry Kane would. 200th Premier League game. And he won man of the match. I'm not quite sure what everyone was watching, if I'm honest. But it was the PR for him, so that's all good. And good luck to him. But for me, Timber should have got man of the match. And not only that, our captain, Saka, should have given that ball to Gyökeres, like we did with 29. But yeah. I've been waffling for 2 minutes, Kenny. What did you make of that?
Well, the thing about it is that, you know what I said on, I was talking to Dan, and I said to Dan, if you're a top-class striker, penalties are cheat codes. I think we're in a situation now since, in the last 20 years, since Shearer, probably, where strikers take penalties. I know I'm sounding like something out of, 40 Towers, what I said in my day. Well, strikers don't really need penalties. Andy Cole never scored penalties. Ian Rush never scored penalties. Gary Lineker only towards the end of his career started scoring penalties. Normally, strikers, the top strikers don't need penalties. In terms of like Gyökeres himself, we've got to start with Gyökeres. He is what he is as a team. He's finding the level at Arsenal a little bit tough at the moment. Who knows? Maybe it's tough. That'll be how we find it for the rest of his career. The fact is that it's not the Portuguese Superliga, and it's not Coventry. This is the highest level, and I think that the highest top strikers who you spend 70, 80 million pounds for don't just rely on service. They try to do something out of nothing, and I think with Victor, he is where he is, and that's who we start with. He's going to have to labour on because this is how we play now. We play the chart. If you do get a chance, you've got to take it because they're not going to be falling through or far between. Because you remember you've got other goal scorers in the team. Like obviously you mentioned Saka being our penalty taker, and you also mentioned other players. Eze's a goal scorer as well. Martinelli's bags of fear as well. So this is what it is when you come to club that's going to win the league. Yes, people may argue that you will be a catalyst, that we are that missing link. But, if you went...
And Kenny's gone. The mutants have got him, guys. The mutants have got him. Guarantee his phone went off when somebody called him. But so make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. I'm going to share his posts when after I've done my fan cams, get on the emergency meeting. But we have got a lot of options now. And this is why I know it's a long season, a very long season. Yeah, but at the same time, we have the attacking options, and especially against a dead team in West Ham, we should be able to go and bop them. We shouldn't be preserving energy when we've got a 2-week international break. Some of these players, they'll be rotated in the international break anyway. So why can't we just go and bop a team off the park in the first half? Like we did against West Ham last season. West Ham, like, was it last season where we slapped them? I think we were 5-0 up after about 28 minutes or so. Yeah, why can't we go and play like that again? And I think that's the frustrating thing for a lot of people. It's like, we can play like that, so why don't we? Makes no sense to me. So I don't know, but listen, at the end of the day, we've only conceded 3 goals. He's back.
I'm really sorry about that. That will not fucking happen again. Sorry about the language, kids who are watching. That will not.
I take it you had a phone call.
Yeah, I gave that guy a fucking rocket. I gave that guy an absolute rocket. I'm really annoyed by that.
He's gone again. Hey, this fan cam's hilarious. Hey, that's actually hilarious. I can't lie. The next person's getting a rocket now as well. But now, honestly, all jokes aside, we can't actually play like that. Like, boom, 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 tiki-taka football. So it's like, it's so jarring. Like, all the fans that pay to go to the stadium, pay their season tickets, flying from abroad, travel up and down the country to see the team. Yeah, we're winning, and that's great. That's what we want to see, right? But ultimately, it has to result in winning trophies. And yes, we can't win a trophy in October. I understand that. But can we then just switch it on? Can we just switch it on now and go, right, cool. When it really matters, we can just go and bop everyone off the park. I'm not so sure. Yeah, and that's based off of witnessing what we've witnessed under this manager over the previous seasons. So I don't know. I'm not too sure that we can just switch it up and start playing sexy football again for a sustained period of time. Go on, mate. Right. Sorry, mate. No, go on. Carry on, mate.
I could kill those people who did that. Right.
Go on, mate.
We'll start again. Basically, the situation I was saying about Victor Gyökeres is that it's, you've got, sometimes you can snatch at your chances. You don't want to snatch your chances, but you do. And he's going to have to take on a considerable amount of work on, because Kai Havertz is injured, Chase is injured, he is our striker, and it's got to be a situation there where, yeah, we can get him in the game, and I know we'll try to do it. Declan put a chance for him in the second half. He wasn't able to get to the end of it. I know Martinelli put a cross in, but the ball went behind him, and we are trying to get him in. We are trying. It's not for one trying. It's just that at the moment it's just a different levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks a little bit forced at times.
Well,
we're trying to put our striker in, which is a progress on what we see before. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like he's now doubting himself with his runs at times. Some of his runs today were fantastic, but then other times he's thinking that they're going to pull it back, so he'll pull back into the. But then they whip it across the box. There was a cross. I can't remember who put the cross out. I think it was Trossard. Put a great cross into the box, and he pulled way back. And it's like, it's not sinking at the minute, is it?
No, it's not at the moment. That's the thing. You know what I mean? But that's the way it is. You've got to remember it's how we play as well. Remember, we don't play full throttle. At other clubs where they play on the front foot, under Arsene Wenger, we were full throttle, especially in those successful years. A game like today could be 3 or 4, it could be even 5 or 6. But under this Arteta side, it's a case of we score early and then we get ourselves in a position where we make sure we're not overloaded, that the opposition don't have a chance getting it, and then we start the second half, we slow things down, slow down the opposition's momentum, and then we go again. That's how we play under this manager. And I think, don't get me wrong, I don't agree with it as such, but this is our DNA. So when you think about players like Gyökeres, where you think, yeah, fill your boots, it's not that cut and dry, Lee.
No, 100%. I mean, listen, we've got a great defence for a reason. Yeah, and West Ham are a very poor side. When I see their starting 11, I just sat there and had a little chuckle. I thought, this is going to be light work. I predicted 4-0. Yeah, and on another day, it would have been 4, 5, 6. We had 20 shots, Kenny, and again, only 5 or 6 on target.
See, but those 20 shots, a lot of those shots, like I said, some of them could be going wide, some of them hit the opposition. West Ham were very organised. They came for a point because at the end of the day, they know they haven't got the quality of forwards to hold, to hold the ball up or give any of their defence in trouble. They know that, yes, they might have a bit of quality at left back, maybe experience at right back, and probably, Somerville. But that's it. They haven't, but that's it. It's very bits and pieces football, which West Ham have been playing. Hence the fact that while they are in difficulty, their buying policy this summer was a joke, and I don't blame their fans for planning to boycott any matches that involve Sullivan and Brady. I don't blame them. I really do not blame them. I think it's an absolute disgrace. But when you play teams like if you think about Olympiacos, they were a bits and pieces team. West Ham a bits and pieces team. Sometimes the quality of opposition dictates how you play. And obviously, let's think about one of the reasons why it was bits and pieces. Odegaard should have, minute he felt injury, should have said, "I'm coming off," not trying to, stay on and then stay on again. No, don't do that. But without trying to, be overcritical, I thought when Zubimendi came on, we played better. In fact, I thought it was Declan Rice's best match. You know what? It was his best match. He played where he should have played. Everyone was having a go at me after Newcastle game when I was saying, well, I didn't think he played well. And why are you giving him all sorts of, flowers? Well, my problem was not the performance, the positioning. And because of the positioning, we weren't able to get into Newcastle. But guess what? In the second half, when we got into Newcastle and he was getting up the field, guess what? We were able to open him up. Guess what? He was able to put the cross in for the equaliser, and he was, and that's all over us for Declan. Declan's, we need to stop this notion of saying that Declan is a number 6. Declan is not a number 6. Number 6 is, especially at top clubs that are trying to win things, dictate the play, they dictate the tempo. Now I'm asking you, Lee. When have you associated Declan Rice with dictating the play and dictating the tempo in any football match you watched?
Never.
Exactly. So why are people in our fan base saying he's a number 6 when you've got a number 6 in Zubimendi who can do that and is bought to do that?
And does it for Spain when Rodri's not playing.
Exactly. And that's why you want to see the best of Declan Rice? He's a number 8. Simple. It's not hard. You actually want to see a return on your £100 million. Well, you want to see. I want to see him getting a goal scoring position. You talked about the fact that he scored a few goals against West Ham. I love that. I love the fact that you're talking about his goal returns. I love the fact that you're talking about how he drives us forward. I love all that. But what I don't love is when he's trying to be what he's not, which is a number 6. You're not a number 6, mate. You're not. You're an okay number 6, but you're not a great one.
Absolute facts. On that bombshell, make it home safely. Florian Wirtz is coming on for Liverpool. 1-0 down to Chelsea. Second half's about to kick off. Garnacho's run them ragged, by the way. I can't like it. He's run really
players like that always make a good first impression, and then the drop off happens. That's what happens when you have wings like that. The great players don't drop off after making good positions. You know what I mean?
No, facts. Listen, get him safe, mate. And we'll catch up Monday, podcast.
Of course, podcast on Monday. And guess what? 3 and 3.
Happy days, man.
4 and 4. 4 and 4. If you add on Port Vale, then you've got Newcastle, then you've got Olympiacos, and you've got West Ham. 4 and 4. And who knows, by the end of this phone call...
Oh, man. Salah just missed an absolute sitter. What a goal that would have been, by the way. The build-up was insane.
But with Salah, that's why you accept Salah. He'll miss some, but he'll score the spectacular. And that's why he gets 20 goals a season, because he's not afraid to miss chances. Lightning
quick build-up play, man. Florian Wirtz did a little spinny back heel, and Salah you got to score that, mate.
Well.
Anyway, we're out. Laters.
Right.